report as well. So this is really, really powerful, and you would automate typically. So once you create this plan, save this plan, and then typically you would start that in the using command line. So go to the JMeter where you have JMeter and specify the file, and then say run, and it runs for, and then in the end it generates the report. So this is also really, really powerful in terms of what it can give you in terms of generate reports as an HTML. So in the end you can get a really, really nice what is this? You can actually generate a really, really nice report out of this. Of course, this makes more sense if you have more complex applications than this report. So you can also generate the report as a CSV. You can also generate the report as an HTML. Yeah. All right. I hope this is useful or helpful to start testing the performance of your system. Yes, so you see the request duration, that is kind of not flat. What else? 15 minutes, let's say 1 hour. Do it with your Grafana. I think that was the Prometheus and Grafana and the monitoring system in place. Then you have the results, and you have also the system nodes and both the reports side by side to analyze. So operation per second. That's really cool. Now just quickly jump to. Okay. Now performance test, load testing is done. Hands-on. That's pretty much from the lecture. Now let's quickly jump to the most interesting part that you have been waiting for, which is mock exam. So the mock exam, I will release it now. This is again 15, only 50, I think I have 15 or 20 questions. In the final exam, there would be around 40 to 40. I'm still not done with how many questions, but from 30 to 45. So that's what you can expect. But the format and sort of conceptual things that I want to test would remain more or less the same. This should be available until your exams. So please, those of you who want to take it here, you can take it here as well, or if you want to do it from home, that's also perfectly fine. Most of the questions that we have is, of course, everything is from what we have covered in the class. Nothing is outside of the class. The concepts that we have, and it's primarily focused around the concepts, and not any tools or specific language thingy. And that's what the final exam will also follow. Primarily focus on the concept of component-based systems and microservices and all of that stuff that we have covered in the course. Any questions, comments about the exam per se? Can you guys access it now? Can you see? Yes? Okay.
Or should it be available under the plan of today?
Yeah, it's under the plan. Not for today, I mean, it's a separate plan in itself.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not visible. Oh, sorry. My bad. I only made this. It's available under the plan.
Yes, it's visible now.
If you want to dive deep into more specific aspects of JMeter, I mean, most of the stuff that we have already covered, but you can also go to this tutorial. This is really, really good if you want to set it up for, let's say, production environment and want to automate your load testing and stress. So this is also really cool. If you have more time, then you can also look into that. But of course, exam would not be about a tool that per se that you use. It's It's more about the concepts about stress testing. Let's say even if there's questions about stress and load and how, so you could be given a scenario and then ask about how do you do the, let's say, load testing and what are the most interesting stuff that you would test and why would you test. Like it's more of again conceptual stuff that will be around, not a particular tool that you can use. Any other questions, thoughts about the exams? Any doubts, any questions? So exam will be mostly MCQ? No, not mostly. It will be MCQ because ideally I would want to have it. Earlier I used to have it portfolio based, but now portfolio based doesn't make sense. You already have an exam, other exam and assignments you could just generate with ChatGPT. It doesn't make much sense to do the portfolio based exam. But what would have happened is, like, I think this is still at SDU level, we are still in the discussion as to what is the best format. Because of course with MCQ you can test some certain things, but portfolio has its own value, but for which they are coming up with an idea that, hey, you built the portfolio and then you do the class presentation basically of your work, and that would count as that would count for your final exam results. But that's again, they're still trying to struggle, like, or trying to find out what is the best format given the setup we are in currently.
Sorry, I might have missed it, but it's closed book now, right?
Sorry? Yes, it's entire exam is entirely closed book now. Yes, but it's mostly focusing on the concept. You don't have to mug up anything. Just if you understand the concept, then that should be fine. Yep. Any other thoughts, questions, comments? Yes.
Then it's only MCQ?
Yes, it's only MCQ. Yeah. I would have loved to do the return base, but I think more focus on that. You, as long as you grasp the concept now, the syntax and tools and they're irrelevant as long as you understand the concept. That's most important. And choose. So primarily, what it would be testing is like you are given a scenario. Now you need to make a decision about something, right? So how would you go about choosing which tool, and like how would you basically figure it out what to do? Now how to do is it's automated, but what to do is still not automated, even with the AI. That is still your choice, your call, and you need to weigh the pros and cons and think about it. Thinking you cannot outsource. Doing you can always outsource with the AI. Yes, you're asking.
Do you know how much time you have for the exam? 1 hour?
I think 2 hours. It will be more than sufficient. Most people in the last year, I think they finish in 45 minutes to an hour, and we still have 2 hours. So it's not a issue. All right. If you have any other doubts, questions from the previous exercises that you are not able to run and you want to get help, I am available. But for now, I think the class is over. And if you have any backlog issues and from concepts to exercises, please feel free to stay, and we can discuss and resolve the particular issue for you in the weeks. Thank you very much. And if you have any feedback for the course, please feel free to share. I would be really happy to get, or maybe I think I should ask now, sir, what went well and what needs to be improved. Anything that you can share, that will be really helpful to make it work for the next batch. I think for me personally, based on what I gathered, it's like the exercises are kind of now that it works on my computer, it doesn't work on your computer. That is one of the biggest thing that I want to automate that, but then I am also thinking about would the automation help? Because in my view, if it doesn't work, if it breaks, and if you try to make it work, you learn more. It's primarily because of the operating system mismatch and command line mismatch, and it's very hard for me to automate that for every machines that you have. But I could do with the Dockerization, but then you don't learn anything with if I do that. Like if I just make everything as Docker command, like if even the application or the microservices that we're building, if I just put everything in the Docker and then just say Docker up and down, and it's like it doesn't, you don't learn much. So that's a trade-off that I'm still struggling with, whether to make it Dockerize and make uniform across everyone that they can learn, or keep them as is, and then you struggle and figure it out if something breaks and doesn't work. What is, that's one thing I am still, I don't know what is the correct answer, but yeah, please feel free to share anything else as well. But maybe I should ask, so what is the things that needs to be improved? Any, it could be anything, maybe I speak too, what would you call it, too fast? It could be anything, like I come late, that could also be the feedback. I will try to improve on that. Some days are, yeah.
Well, I guess sometimes, at least for me, it's hard to understand the music.
Understand the accent? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
That's it.
I'll try to speak more slow. I think that could be a way to, yes. What else? Exercises were okay. The pay,